However, even then, you have people in the surroundings who are trying to loot those people or cheat them into different things. There was riba. There were all kinds of ills of society that was prevalent. This is the kind of situation that Rasulullah is coming into. And then slowly amongst them, they witness, they see, as he's growing up, he comes into a noble family, a rich family, a family who has respect and honor and dignity in community. But they don't see him taking advantage of his position. They see him as Sadiq al-Amin. He is trustworthy. He is always honest. He's decent. He's respectful. He's respectful to elders. He's respectful to his peers. He's caring for his children. He does not cheat. He's a businessman, yet he never cheats. And he works for different companies, and they all gain profit through him. All the aspects of life that people witnessed through him, into him, are all positive. So already Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has established him from amongst them. A man from amongst them, who is a nobler person, who's a kinder person, a gentler person, a more respectful person, a dignified person. And then you have the community around you who is the complete opposite. But they do observe this difference. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands him that he declare his prophethood. And at the age of 40, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he declares his prophethood, that I am a messenger of God. Now all of a sudden, knowing that before that time, he was quote unquote unlettered. I would not use, unfortunately, some of the times other folks or scholars use in jest that he was ignorant or illiterate. Those are again below the respect and honor and dignity of Sayyidina Muhammad. But the maqam Allah has given him is much higher than that. So we also need to be very careful on how we describe the attributes of Sayyidina Rasulullah, even if it is before or after the declaration of Nubuwwah. So Sayyidina Rasulullah did not formally receive any training or education. And all of a sudden, when he comes out of the Ghar al-Hira, the cave, on his 40th year, and he's speaking with balagha, with fasaha, with eloquence, and he's conveying a message now. It's not just that he is kind and gentle for himself and the people who he interacts with, but now all of a sudden he comes forth with a message, with the guidance from Allah Azza wa Jal, inviting people towards good, stopping people from bad and evil and that is wrong, inviting people towards light from darkness, inviting people from misguidance towards guidance, taking from people from the route of Jahannam, hellfire, to the route of Jannah, paradise. All of a sudden, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is now out there, and those people who used to like him, respect him, honor him, and care for him are now starting to turn against him. Because now he's challenging their beliefs, challenging their gods, challenging their ways of life, because now he's coming and telling them all these rituals that you're doing, all these idol worshipping that you're doing is really not the right way to go about it. You have one creator, so return to the one creator, Allah Azza wa Jalla. He has a message that he's coming forth to people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala established him through his akhlaq, through his attributes. You see, all of these are very important things that I would expect, especially my younger brothers and sisters, to remember as I'm talking. Because in the end, we'll come to a conclusion, inshallah. And I have, I think, about 15, 20 minutes left. I believe so. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then has him declare his position, his title, which is Prophet of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Nabiyullah, Rasulullah. And Rasulullah is now doing what he's supposed to do, guiding people towards guidance. All of a sudden, the tides change. Everything changes. People start to hate him. People start to abuse him. People start to ridicule him. They shun him. They move away from him. They stop talking to him. They tell others to stop talking to him. They make all kinds of accusations against him. And then they conspire. And they conspire by giving him wealth, offering him wealth to stop his preaching. They offer him beautiful women at the time to marry, so that they would give him in marriage if he stops what he's preaching. They would offer him position in society, or rutbah, or some kind of a title, that any title that he would prefer, any amount of wealth that he would desire, they were ready to offer to him. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was on the path of Sirat al-Mustaqim, taking people towards Sirat al-Mustaqim, taking people towards Allah Azza wa Jal. He wasn't going to be influenced by these worldly things. He was here. He came to us to actually remove us away from the lust of the dunya, the mata'i dunya, the things of this dunya. He actually wanted us to guide us towards Allah. He wasn't about to fall for this trap. Al-'iyadhu billah. So Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam continues. So much so it comes to a point that after 13 years of his preaching in Makkah al-Mukarramah, he actually had to migrate to Madinah al-Munawwara because now the conspiracies increased. Now there were attempts on his life. People are now conspiring to how to assassinate him, murder him. They are gathering and they are discussing and they are making all these meetings how to get rid of him. And then the amr from Allah came and he decided to move and migrate to Madinah al-Munawwara. He continues over there. So you see a trajectory, a trend building here. Starts from a respectable, likable person. He comes with a message of Allah Azza wa Jal, a message of guidance, a message of purity. And then people reject that. They neglect him. They abuse him. They move away from him. And then he goes to Madinah al-Munawwara. And there, for the first time, he's able to preach Allah's message freely. Establish the deen of Allah. Establish the rule of Allah. Establish the law of Allah. Establish the sharia of Allah. Establish the ahkam of Allah. He's now guiding people. And now he's freely able to do so. People come and see the difference. People see that their akhlaq have changed. Their attitudes have changed. Their rutbah have changed. Now when there's battles that he's been forced upon, Allah gives him nusrah, success, victory over other people. Allah is now giving the Muslimin izzah, might and power and respect and dignity again. Now they're not seen as those Arab nomads, those people of wilderness, those people who have no position in society or in other cultures. Now all of a sudden they're recognizing the Muslims, the Arab Muslims of the time. Now they're recognizing the position of the Muslims, the rutbah of Muslims. Now they're interested in the message of Islam. What is it that he is preaching? What is that tarbiyah? What is that training that he's giving to his people? That all of a sudden they're so dignified. All of a sudden that they're so respectful. All of a sudden that they are now influencing others, and all of a sudden we see a stream of people migrating towards Medina or going to Medina to learn from this messenger of Allah, gain knowledge, gain respect, gain enlightenment, gain the nur from Allah Azza wa Jal. You see in the tafsir of this, under this ayah,